Levy story.
So Levy got busted for having a poetry reading in the church basement. In the poetry reading, he read poems, some of his own and some of Ginsberg and a few other people, and there was a 15-year-old girl present. So the city busted him for contributing to the delinquency of minors. So he went on the lam. They tried to find him. It was a big manhunt for D. He was living underground kind of thing. And then he finally, that was in December of '67, in '68, March, he gave himself up. And he got a lawyer and all that. And so then Ginsberg and everybody flew to Cleveland, and they had a big benefit for him and for Jim Lowell, because they had busted Jim Lowell's bookstore and taken all the books that they had printed and destroyed them.
It doesn't seem like a huge crime to have somebody present at a reading.
What?
It doesn't seem like a huge crime to die for, to have somebody present at a reading.
I know, but here's the thing. So what happened was, he finally turned himself in, and then there was this huge court case and everything where he was, you know, I forget how it turned out. He was guilty, but the big
how'd they find him? How'd they find him?
He turned himself in.
Oh.
And there's actually a film clip online that you can get, that you can see of him turning himself in. There's a famous exchange where the judge claims that, you know, he loves to read Longfellow and William Cullen Bryant and people like this, and he said he's a lover of poetry. He knows all about poetry. Why I love, you know, this person and that person. And he couldn't get over the fact that D.A. Levy had submitted in his character statement that he made 89 cents a day selling poetry. So that's why I put 89 cents on the back of his book when I reprinted it, perhaps. And
and then somebody killed him because...
No, so what happened is then he supposedly took his own life in November of '68. He supposedly had enough, he was paranoid, and he decided to take his own life. But when you go online and you watch the videos on him and stuff, is this a video you're doing now?
Yeah.
Is it? You'll see that some people, I won't mention their names, just so that I don't, you know, prejudice things, but some people believe that it's highly unlikely that he did that, and these people were his best friends. He had a .22 between his legs, and he shot off his third eye.
Just like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, but this is like, it's really weird.
Cobain had it in his mouth.
That's why I.
There's a similar type of setup though, and it made people speculate.
This book called Pratt's Eye, instead of putting the eye in the title, I just put a bullet hole in the cover where the eye should have been, right? And but yeah, they think he was killed by the CIA or something like that. You know,
For what?
well, the same as John Lennon, like 12 years later, because he was a rabble-rouser. He was fomenting political insurrection at a time when it wasn't accepted. In the middle of the escalation of the Vietnam War and all that sort of shit, you know. And he was issuing a magazine called the Marijuana Quarterly. He was issuing three different presses with putting out incendiary texts according to their standards, right? And so he was in the crosshairs for sure as one of the, you know, as the SDS and all those people sort of militated at the end of the '60s, it became obvious to these government people that, you know, they had to keep these people under surveillance kind of thing. D.A. Levy was the big one in Cleveland. So, very easy to just...
It's not like Cleveland could have been improved upon.